Hi there. My name is Mordy Oberstein, and I am the head of SEO branding at Wix. And today I want to talk to you about how to use the Semrush integration inside of the Wix dashboard to bring greater topical focus to your website and the pages on your website. Before we dive in, I just want to say what we're doing here is not going to be about finding specific keywords to put on particular parts of whatever web page you're working on. It's less about keywords and more about bringing greater topical focus and specificity to your website and the pages on your website. The Semrush integration is found within the SEO tool section within the Wix dashboard, and it's part of the SEO setup checklist. So let's have a look. Let's see how to access the Semrush integration once I've already gotten started with the SEO setup checklist. I'm going to click on editing the keyword section over here, which will bring up the edit setup info. At the bottom of the panel, you'll find the best keywords with Semrush. Click on that. Now let's get started making the connection between Wix and Semrush. Now that we've made the connection between Wix and Semrush, we can start using the keyword insights available to you via Semrush. The first thing to remember is that Semrush works by geolocations. In other words, every country will get different results. So the first thing you're going to do is select the country that reflects your target market, or best reflects your target market if you're trying to target multiple countries at once. In this case, I'm going to choose the United States. It's important to remember that the results can be different depending upon the location that you choose. So super important to set that up first. Now let's enter a keyword. I'm going to type in ceiling fans, assuming that my website sells ceiling fans. And let's see what we get back from Semrush. Semrush has returned a whole bunch of results with a whole bunch of keyword options. Let's sort of understand what we have here before we dive into it. One is we have the actual keyword options. These are the keywords or the phrases, or I'll call them topical focus, that Semrush is recommending related to the keyword search that I searched over here for ceiling fans. So I get ceiling fans, ceiling fan. Those are probably one target. Ceiling fan direction, ceiling fan with lights, and so forth. Then we have the volume. So, for example, ceiling fans has a volume of 110,000. What does that mean? That's on average, or in general, 110,000 people are searching on Google for the term ceiling fans. Next to that is the trend. That will tell us the search volume, or how often or how popular the search term is, what the trend over time has been. Is it getting more popular? Is it getting less popular? Has it stayed the same? With that, we'll be able to see things like seasonality, which I'll dive into in a moment. Next, we have difficulty to rank. How competitive is the keyword? If I want Google to rank my website, my web page for this term, how hard is that to do? If I imagine I start a new website today, how hard would it be to rank for the term ceiling fans? It would be very, very difficult. And it's probably not best to start off targeting a really hard and difficult keyword. Moving over, we have the intent, the searcher intent. For example, this is commercial, meaning that the intent of the keyword reflects a commercial intent, meaning someone searching for the term ceiling fan is most likely looking to actually make a transaction or to find information so that they can make a transaction, which in that case, it is commercial. For example, ceiling fan with lights might be informational. If we scroll down, we have keywords that are multiple intents. Hunter ceiling fans might be informational. I might be looking to get more information about Hunter ceiling fans, or it might be transactional, which means I might want to buy a Hunter ceiling fan. And at the end, we can select the keyword. So, for example, if I want to select Hunter ceiling fans as a keyword focus for my website, which will be used in my SEO setup checklist, I can click on it. I click apply, and now it becomes part of my SEO checklist. Your SEO setup checklist, by the way, are the most foundational SEO tasks to do in order to get your website structured and set up for search properly. So it means like making sure your title tags are set up for search, or that you have the topic focus or keyword somewhere listed on the page's body content. Once I see a keyword that I'm fond of and think makes appropriate sense for my website or the web page that I'm optimizing, if I check the box here and click apply, it'll add it to my SEO setup checklist. But these are not keywords that I should probably focus on. For example, if I were to Google, and you should do this, if I Google ceiling fans, you'll see there's all sorts of really hard to compete with websites like homedepot.com or lowes.com or, for example, hunterfan.com. These are all websites that are going to make it very difficult to compete with. These are websites, we'll call them super authorities around ceiling fans, that most likely I'm going to have a hard time outranking, at least when I'm first starting off. What should you do then? In this case, what I would do is see perhaps if there's a keyword in here that speaks to what you do that Semrush is offering. For example, let's say I sell outdoor ceiling fans. Well, that might be a great keyword to focus on. Notice the seasonality here. For example, outdoor ceiling fans are most likely going to be sought after and bought during the summer months. So you can see here that the search volume is high, it goes down, and then it goes back up. These two high points are probably the summer season. Now, but let's just say that you sell your ceiling fans mainly to or in climates that like Arizona, where it's summer all the year long, if we kind of think about it. So outdoor ceiling fans may make sense for you if you focus on selling outdoor ceiling fans almost exclusively. Let's see what happens if we do a search for outdoor ceiling fans using Semrush. So I'll type in outdoor ceiling fans, I click analyze. So our keyword outdoor ceiling fans has a search volume of 22,000 each month. It's a medium difficulty to rank. Okay, not bad. Are there other keywords like outdoor ceiling fan with light? That looks a little bit too specific to focus on for, let's say, my homepage. I don't want to just, my homepage shouldn't be about one particular product, but it should be about the main thing that I do, which in this case we're saying is outdoor ceiling fans. Is there something more specific about our product offering? Is there something more niche about our product offering? What specifically or who specifically are we targeting? Let's just say in our case, we only sell to industrial businesses. So in this case, I'll do outdoor and I'll add the word industrial ceiling fans. You see, I'm trying to refine and trying to emphasize the nicheness of my business. I'm trying to refocus exactly what I'm targeting. So outdoor industrial ceiling fans has a search volume of way less, 480, but it's a little bit more targeted. For example, if we actually go to the Google SERP again, let's see what industrial outdoor ceiling fans holds for us. If we go to Google and we search for industrial outdoor ceiling fans, we do still see Home Depot show up, but we do start to see a lot of more niche sites, DelmarFans.com, for example. If we scroll down, we do have Amazon, we do have Lowe's, but we have Lamps Plus. We have IndustrialFansDirect.com. The SERP seems to open up a little bit more. Google seems to open up a little bit more when we add the word industrial because it's more targeted, it's more niche. So industrial outdoor ceiling fans, I'm going to add that to my SEO setup checklist. Now, if you're worried, wow, it's only a search volume of 500 people or so a month, not 22,000, that's fine. It's far more targeted. The goal is not just to bring traffic into your website. The goal is to make sales. If you're more focused on what you're targeting, the chances of a sale being made actually go up. So industrial outdoor ceiling fans from ceiling fans. Do you see how we did that? We've gone from ceiling fans to industrial outdoor ceiling fans by trying to focus and trying to refine what exactly we're looking for using Semrush. And again, it's not about particular keywords per se, but about focus, about topical focus for our website or the web page in particular that we're trying to work on. Let me show you another example, because it doesn't have to be just about using Semrush for your SEO setup checklist. Like in the case here with ceiling fans, we're really focusing on our homepage. But let's say I'm looking for an idea to write a blog post. You can actually use the Semrush integration here to get some keyword ideation or topical ideation for yourself and to better, again, refine the focus of the blog post you want to write. So let's say I'm looking for gardening. I have a blog all about gardening, and I want to know, what should I write about? Should I write about gardening? Is that too broad of a topic to write about? What are some subtopics I might be able to write about? So we search for gardening through the Semrush integration, and we get a whole bunch of results that really don't have to do much about gardening. For example, Busch Gardens is a theme park. Botanical Gardens has less to do with gardening than it has to do with the location. The term gardening itself, while it has a search volume close to 50,000, is very difficult to rank for. It's commercial and not informational, meaning for writing a blog post, we want to write informational content. So what do we do now? So again, back to the drawing board, we think, well, what is specific are we trying to write about? Perhaps we're trying to write about gardening tips. So I'll search for gardening tips. And we get a bunch of results back around gardening tips. Now, gardening tips itself is difficult to rank for. So unless we're a well-established blog that's been doing this for a long time, or a well-established website that's been doing this for a long time and have strong topical authority around gardening and gardening tips, this might not be the best place to start to bring in traffic. In fact, we can actually get a little bit more specific here if we scroll down. We have vegetable gardening tips. So there's actually a search volume around 320 people a month are searching for vegetable gardening tips. So you might want to write something really specific, right? Vegetable gardening tips, or you can even go even more specific, vegetable gardening tips for beginners if you really want to create a strong topical focus for your blog post. Again, the power of the Semrush tool inside of Wix is that it helps you refine what you're targeting, what topics you're writing about, where you're putting your energy, how you frame the identity of your website overall, what you're discussing on your website, and who you're discussing it to. So again, it's not about keywords per se, more than it is about strong topical focus, writing for the right audience, and writing the right things for the right audience. That is the power of the Semrush integration inside of Wix.